Hello guys, welcome to my channel Jura Tempest Federation. This video contains spoilers from the Tensura light novel. This video is continuation video after Growth Capsule. So if you have not watched, please watch it, the link is in the description below. But before we proceed, please like, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell for further updates. Veldora raised his hand toward a capsule and bellowed, "Hiya!" It was quite the spectacle as he injected his magicules. The abnormally dense magicules began to swirl inside the capsule. The pressure within was so intense that it looked capable of sending the entire facility to Kingdom Come. Will this really work? I was a bit apprehensive, but continued to quietly observe with high expectations. Even if the cylinder broke, we could still revise our course of action. Compared to that, I was more curious about what Rimuru intended to accomplish. Within the capsule, magicules crystallized and adhered to the magisteel skeleton, like moths to a flame, forming artificial tissue. Everything followed Raphael Sensei's plan to a T, but with Veldora dumping a massive quantity of magicules, unexpected side effects were bound to arise. A large amount was absorbed by the skeleton and consequently caused structural modifications. How strange. It seems different from what I expected, Rimuru said, perplexed. Well, that was usually how scientific experiments went. The material that made up the skeleton could no longer be classified as magisteel. We didn't mix any rare elements like gold or silver in, so it was neither orichalcum nor mithril. However, in terms of yield and tensile strength, while it was not as strong as the ultimate metal, High Hero Cane, it was strong enough to rival orichalcum. But what bothered me the most was that despite being a type of metal, it almost looked alive. Answer: deducing that the wavelength of the individual Veldora has caused its quality to improve. It is a subset of the material adamantite. Following its classification, the corresponding name is most likely dragotite. I see. Rimuru had attempted to speed up the completion of the bodies, only to end up discovering a new, interesting metal instead. Hold on. Looks like it's not finished yet. Wait a second, Mentor. Stop. Stoop. Huh? Whoa, there's a crack in the capsule. Rimuru and Veldora both exclaimed with consternation. Are these two geniuses or idiots? By the look of things right now, I can't tell for sure. What are you two doing? In order to clean up this mess before it got any bigger, I decided to reveal myself in front of the two. And so, while working to fix the damaged capsule, we grabbed some coffee to tide us over. We called Vesta and Dino as well, and gathered together to enjoy coffee and cakes. The meal was prepared by the Dryad trainee-san. Tsk. We were just about to get to the good part, Dino complained. Ah, so you don't want your cake? Then I'll give your share to Rimuru. Sorry, I was just joking. No, wait. Even though what I said were my genuine feelings, it was just a slip of the tongue. Dino's reaction implied that he was pissed off about being interrupted while working. Yet, when I suggested taking his cake away, he immediately lowered his head and apologized. Are you really okay being like this, Dino-san? Are you really living up to the name Sleeping Ruler? Still, seeing that he was at least putting effort in reassured me a lot. Vesta and Dino were performing experiments together. I was told that they were recording data from the 1,000 growth capsules. Additionally, when they had spare time, they left to examine Kurobi's slotted weapons and his interchangeable magic crystal enchantments. The reason for their sudden interest was because I bragged about it. If the outcome of the research went well, it may even contribute to the construction of the elemental colossus. That explained why Vesta was eager to start his own investigation on magic marble combination. I gave Dino a couple of magic marbles as samples to play around with, while Vesta would observe and jot down detailed notes. Noticing Dino's displeasure when I called him over to relax with us, it became obvious that he was enjoying research. It was work, but the line between work and play had blurred. Dino would go on some tangent about not wanting to be productive, yet he seemed to have already assimilated into this professional workplace without realizing. It is imperative to enjoy your work. Next, as I finished the last of my coffee, I turned to face Rimuru. By the way, Rimuru, why were you in such a hurry to complete the bodies for possession? I asked rather directly. Ah, about that. Rimuru was dodging the question. Coming to her aid, Trainee-san interjected, "Please hold on, Rimuru-sama." Ramirez-sama was doing this for my sisters and companions. She was simply trying her best for them. I didn't mean to chide her, but Trainee-san mistook my intentions and tried very hard to defend her. She was usually like this as well. To be honest, I thought Trainee-san outright spoiled Ramirez. It's not that, I just wanted to know her reasons. I'm not scolding her, don't worry. So, why did you do it, Ramirez? I attempted to calm Trainee-san down and continued to question Ramirez for her rationale. Now that I have some time to think it over, I was being too rash. These children admire me a lot, so I wanted them to get their own bodies earlier. This way they would be happy, and we would also get extra help. The more the merrier, right? Ramirez was quite embarrassed as she answered. I could empathize with her motivation. The dryads could move freely around the labyrinth without a body, whereas the Trents couldn't. Although Trents retained the ability to reposition near where they were rooted, they couldn't possibly leave the forest and enter areas without soil. Essentially, without a body, their mana would steadily dissipate over time, which was detrimental to their well-being. The same concept applied to the dryads, where if they were too far away from their corpus, then their strength would greatly diminish as well. They were considered high-tier species among the rank A monsters and much stronger than greater magians. If the same restrictions also applied to the dryads, then demanding more from the Trents, a lower species, would be far too cruel. From Ramirez's point of view, with the dolls that were cultivated in the growth capsules, not only the dryads, but even the Traians would possess the capability to effortlessly travel in the future. That was probably why she wanted to test her idea out on some of the dolls behind my back. If that's the case, you could have discussed it with me. Diablo hasn't come back yet, and there's no telling how many subordinates that guy will bring. If there aren't enough, we can always make more later. Let's first prepare the bodies for the dryads, I suggested with a genial tone. Can we really? Ramirez excitedly inquired. Of course. Thank you, Rimuru. She flitted around me, overjoyed. To be fair, this decision was also made with my best interests in mind. We truly lacked the number of people necessary to operate efficiently. Trainee-san's sisters, as well as the other dryads, were all assisting with running the labyrinth and its related matters. They were already busy enough as is, and couldn't spare any more time. If this were to continue, everyone would be overworked, since administering the labyrinth required 24/7 attention. That was why I desperately needed more staff to fill in the shifts. With these state-of-the-art bodies, even the Trents would rise to rank A and be able to move unhindered inside the labyrinth. Furthermore, in the rare case that their bodies were destroyed, their original corpus wouldn't be harmed. However, they could only travel as far as their willpower allowed, in essence, only within the confines of Ramirez's labyrinth. But that was sufficient. As for the dryads, by the way, we should turn Triasan, Tris Alpha, and the rest of the dryads all into Dryas dolls. Huh? Is it really okay? Trainee-san launched her question at me with terrifying fervor, all before I could even finish my proposal. Can we really do that, Rimuru? Ramirez nervously asked, completely ignoring Dino and the others who were unfortunately left out of the discussion. Can we do what? That, evolving them into Dryas doll dryads. But won't that take a lot of work? I suppose, but they've also contributed their fair share. I hope they will continue to help us with the labyrinth's management in the future as well. All because Rimuru-sama allowed us to live here. Since Ramirez-sama is determined to support Rimuru-sama, we naturally will follow Ramirez-sama's wishes as her subordinates, Trainee-san admitted. After hearing my reply to Ramirez, Trainee-san seemed rather guilty. With that being said, we benefited tremendously from the Dryad's involvement within the labyrinth. In a sense, this was my token of appreciation for them. I wanted to give them the opportunity to act on their own. Although it required handcrafting humanoid dolls, I was quite keen on matters involving creating dolls for beauties or bishojos. I originally planned on using the same bodies I had prepared for Diablo, but that would seem like a cheap gesture. Dryads should use wooden dolls. No, you guys really helped out a lot, so please enjoy these. And whether they wish to directly possess these bodies or become a Dryas doll dryad by possessing extra wood from their original tree host, the choice will be up to them, I proposed to Trainee-san. She nodded happily. Ramirez muttered on the side, "Hey you, why are you more polite talking to Trainee-chan than to me? I won't take that. But I'll just pretend I never heard that." That's it for today, guys. See you at the next one. For further updates, please like, share, and subscribe. And do not forget to push the notification bell.